Welcome back. It's the Cooperstown episode. If you've been listening to my podcast since the beginning, you'll know me and my travel ball team had been planning for 2 seasons to go to the Cooperstown Dreams Park tournament. Well, time flies, and we finally went. I am Grayson Knight, and this is Baseball Podcast Are Fun. Since some of you out there may be going to Cooperstown to play one day or planning on going, I wanted to take some time to break down what an incredible experience it was. But I am not going to do it alone. To help me recap the awesome week, I have two of my teammates returning to the show to discuss all the ins and outs. Hey, Gavin and Sammy, welcome back and thanks for helping out.
Hey.
Hello.
So I think it is easy if we start with describing what the Dreams Park tournament. Who wants to go first?
Sammy, you got it.
No, you do.
All right. So basically, we got there. It was pretty fun. We got to go to our barracks. And then we spent a day just hanging out in the barracks. Then the next day, we got up. We played some baseball for the next 4 days, right?
Yeah, we played some
It was
baseball.
fun. In between games, we'd go back to the barracks and change uniforms. Yeah, that's pretty fun.
So let's go day by day on the breakdown of Cooperstown. So on day one, just like Gavin says, we get there, we put our stuff in the barracks, and then we eat, and then we go to sleep. So Sammy, what was your experience like in the first day?
Basically we got there, we put our stuff down, we called our bunks, like, hey, I'll call that bed, hey, I'll call that bed, and all that crazy stuff. And then we just got settled, and mostly for me, I went pin trading. Yeah, and then it continued.
So the pin trading was really fun.
Yeah.
And people should know the Dreams Park experience is different than another Cooperstown 12U tournament. All-Star Village, Dreams Park is about 10 minutes from the city of Cooperstown, and All-Star Village is next to Oneonta, about 35 minutes away from Cooperstown.
Yeah.
So at day two, we woke up, we went to the skills competition, which as a coincidence, all three of us were in the main skills competition. Me for speed, Gavin for throwing, and then Sammy home run derby. So what was you guys' experience for each of those? Sammy, go first.
I just wanted to make my team proud. Like, I just want to win. Like, I remember winning a home run derby before with y'all guys, and it was pretty fun.
What can you describe? What was the feelings like? Because me and Gavin were not there. So
Yeah.
So what was it like being there?
I hated that you had to bunt 2 times before. It was awful.
Why?
I don't like bunting. I don't.
Why did you have to bunt?
I don't know. It's just like to get used to the feeling of the pitching machine speed.
Oh, okay.
And then I just hated the pitching machine. Like, it was so slow. You had to wait for it. And it was driving all the other home run derby competitors crazy.
Mm-hmm. And Gavin, what was your experience in the throwing like?
It's kind of nerve-wracking because you had a bunch of people around you watching you, and you don't want to mess up because then you'll feel embarrassed, really embarrassed. And there was this what felt like tiny little target that you had to hit, and I was really scared that I wasn't going to hit it. And yeah, I missed it the whole time.
So what were the rules like? So you first
Yeah,
one hit the
so
target.
There was a big target. It was like a rectangle that stood up, and there was a red circle and then a hollow circle in the middle of that red circle. And if you hit the target, like not in the red circle, it was 1 point. And then if you hit the red circle, it was 3 points. And then if you got it through the hole that was in the middle of the red circle, it was 5 points. And you moved on to the next round.
So however many points you get, so the higher the points, the better your chances are.
Yeah, I think there was 8 people who went into the next round.
Mm-hmm.
Got
how far were you throwing from?
It was about probably 150 foot. I think it was 150 foot. It was middle outfield, so it was like where you'd be casually playing center field.
Okay. For me, I did the running experience. The rules were simple. You had to run around the bases as fast as you could. So before this, let's just talk about me and Gavin. We faced off running against, and that was incredible. We did that about a week before, and that was so fun to do, right, Gavin?
Yeah, that was
I remember you falling the first time.
embarrassing moments then.
So you weren't there. Maybe someone told you. Maybe about half the competitors were falling down from first base. So on the first and third base, like near the where the parents stay, in the coach's box, it's all turf. So when you make your turn around, the first guy, he slipped and fell and basically got disqualified because he didn't really run. But he just fell, and a lot of other guys kept doing that over and over. So, gladly, I didn't fall, but I still did not make it to the top 6.
Yeah, that would be
sucked.
about making it to the top 6 with 60 kids, right? 60 teams. 60 kids, yeah.
66 teams, about half the contestants fell. I got a time of 13.71, which was pretty good, to be honest, but I think I could have done a lot faster if it was like a harder ground and not turf.
Yeah.
So also parents know this is not cheap. Our team did a lot of fundraising and raffles to help with costs. If you're planning on going, you should look into as many sponsorships and fundraising ideas you can. We're very thankful for all the sponsors and donors, of course, and our parents. Okay, do you remember how day 1 went? I know we ran into each other outside of Double Bay Field, Gavin. Can you experience what the Cooperstown air was when we met?
Oh yeah, when we met up at Cooperstown.
Mm-hmm.
And that was pretty fun. We got me and my dad were just walking around Cooperstown, checking out all the things. We just went to like, what was the ballpark called? It was like
Double Bay Field.
Yeah, we went there, and then as we were leaving there, we saw Grayson Knight's family. We went up to them. They're like, "Hey," and I was wearing Grayson Knight's podcast shirt. And then went around to some stores, checked out everything, ate some lunch, and then we went back to the barracks.
Mm-hmm. What's incredible about Cooperstown is like there's no bad store. There's no McDonald's. It's all baseball. Like it's like Shoeless Joe Jackson's store, Mickey Mantle Playhouse or whatever it is. Like it's all baseball. There's no anything different. A baseball themed escape room which we went to. It's so incredible what they can do and what we experienced there. Sammy, do you want to? What was your first day before we got to the barracks like?
Pretty cool. It wasn't really like anything exciting except getting there, of course. Like that's a huge chance that not most people get.
Besides when we went to the Cooperstown Hall of Fame, did you go to the Cooperstown city at all?
We traveled around a little bit.
Okay. Where did you guys stay? Was it near Cooperstown?
Yeah, we stayed in there.
Okay. What did you think of the barracks the first time you saw them, Gavin?
Well, it kind of reminded me like of a jail or something. That's just like multiple jail houses. And then we went inside and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. But it still gave me like, as I thought I was like in the army or something.
Yeah, like, well, I mean, it technically is a jail because you can't go around without like a coach. Without a coach. Yeah. But like, I mean, you can walk around. You go to the bathroom, I guess. But
yeah, got it.
Yes, I could see why you said it was like a jail.
Yeah, but then when I got there, and just like getting warmed up to it, I was like, oh, this isn't that bad. It was pretty.
After the third night, it was fine.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What about you, Demi?
I have to agree with Gavin. It was like a jail. I didn't like the beds were uncomfortable. Like seriously, on guard. Like I didn't like them at all.
Right after check-in, or really pretty much from when we got there, the pin trading began. Sammy, you had one of the best pin tradings towels out there. You want to explain how you did that?
I just ran around, just like, you want to trade? No, okay. You want to trade?
And also, Sammy, you were the first one to get the Marlin, the
Marlin,
rare
yeah.
Marlin that all three of us. Gavin, you got it, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so all three of us got it, but I think we were the only three on the team that got it. But also, there's other people that like Logan got the Rex and Brody one, which was really rare. But I think all three of us were the rarest towels out there.
Maybe not me.
Yours was good. I mean,
I
you
still
had
had like
Marlin.
my pins left. I still had like half of my pins left.
I traded the Marlin away, the bronze one, like when we got there, like after the first day. And then right as we're leaving, it comes back, but I got the silver one though.
I think I got the gold one, and I think you got the bronze one, Gavin. So we all three got.
No, I had the silver one.
Why did you bring the towel?
I brought the towel. I brought the towel too. Gavin, do you have the towel?
No, I don't.
Actually, no, I got the red one.
You know, that's a
So
I
you
have my little pin right here.
get about 50 some pins. from
Yeah,
the
we have
team
about
ball.
50. We have about 50 maybe.
Oh yeah.
Gavin, you just have ours, but that's a good explanation. People who are listening on Spotify, go watch the YouTube version because you can see what the pins are like. So after we did the pin trading and the parents left, we had our first team meal with hundreds of other players from around the country, and including Canada, which we played the next day. What did you think about the food at Dreams Park?
All right, I'll go first. So at first, it kind of reminded me of school lunch, the way they had you like wait in line. So I thought it was gonna be like really bad like school lunch. But then some meals were good, and then others weren't. But like most of the time, they were great.
The first night, I didn't really like the corn, but everything got better. Like I think lunch was pretty good with I don't know, lunch.
Yeah, we got the ham and cheese lunch, or like the ham and cheese sandwich.
Mm-hmm. Sammy, what about you? What'd you think?
I thought it was prison food. Like
You're really going about the jail.
Yeah, it belongs in the trash, honestly. But some meals were good.
Yeah, I enjoyed the lunch a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I just
The,
So day 2 was a really busy day. We already talked about the skills competition, but in the morning we took team photos, the skills competition, of course. We did our baseball card photos earlier that night. And then we got ready for our first game against Canada, all of Canada, because there's only one team in Canada. And that was an amazing game, I would say.
yes.
Sammy, you had your first home run there, right?
First two.
Yeah, you had 2 home runs there. Jump here had 2 home runs. It was TJ had a home run. That game was incredible. Colton was lights out on the mound. Gavin, you had that like a ground ball that you slid into first base that you were miraculously safe.
Yeah.
I thought it was out. It definitely was out, but
And then you got picked off, but like the baseball gods love you and you dropped the ball.
yep. And then I got second, like no problem.
So Sammy, you had a great game. Gavin, you had an amazing game. I had a double, and then I closed out the game. But that game was amazing. That was one of our best games, I would say.
What was the score? I forgot. Like 14-1?
15-2, I think.
Oh.
So and then it was were you nervous the first games?
I was surprisingly not nervous. I kind of just thought like, oh, this is just regular baseball. I didn't think much of it.
And here's another thing teams and parents should know. There are 22 fields at Dreams Park, and they each are exactly the same. The kids are in the dugout away from the parents, and parents have to stay in their own section that goes up the foul lines. There are no bleachers. My mom and dad said their biggest complaint was watching the games because of how the field is designed and where they have to watch from. And then there's the short fence. They're all 200 feet, but it felt like the fence was closer than 200 feet. Right, guys?
Yes.
Yes.
It felt like I think my first home run, it felt like it was 150. And then Sammy's, you barely touched that ball and it went over easy.
So he had a line drive home run.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It barely got over. It was like a line.
Yeah.
drive. I thought that was just gonna be like a base hit or something.
I thought I was gonna hit the top of the wall.
My dad heard the fields were designed that way because the owner wanted to give every chance to hit a home run. How did you feel about the fields?
Unfortunately, I did not go into pitch, but I thought I was gonna be racking pitching, knowing that I'm gonna have a couple bombs hit off of me. But the hitting wise, I tried not to focus on trying to hit a home run and try to hit a line drive. And maybe if I hit it good, it'll go out.
I think you hit 400 in the tournament.
Batted 400.
Yeah,
I did.
maybe. I don't know, but you hit really well.
All right.
Yeah.
Sammy, what'd you think about the 200 feet and all the field dimensions and stuff like that?
Yeah, I like those 200 because when I played with my old team, like it was 200 as well. So I thought, oh, it's the same distance as my old field. I should be able to hit it out. But when I got to pitch, I didn't like the mounds. They were awful.
What do you think the difference is between the home run derby than you the real actually playing the game?
Speed, honestly.
And how fast do you think the machine was throwing?
Like I don't know, like 35 something, 40.
That's pretty slow, to be honest.
Yeah, maybe 50.
I can see how you didn't really do well and your timing was disrupted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. On day 3, we played 2 games. We lost pretty badly, and then we won by a lot. Both my homers were in those games. In that third game, you had 2 really great defensive plays at shortstop, Gavin. How great was that?
Well, I honestly wasn't thinking much that game. I was kind of tired because we had that first game. But then when I saw the balls hit to me, I didn't think I could. Well, actually, let's run that back. So the play before both of those double plays, there was a ball that I possibly could have dove for and got, and all the parents were like, "Dive, get dirty, everybody." So then the next play, the very next play, a ground ball was hit to me, and it was like the exact same ball was hit to me, except I was playing like a lefty shift, so I was right behind the pitcher's mound. And I wasn't right behind the pitcher's mound, but I was close to the pitcher's mound. And the ball just barely got hit to the right side of second base, where second base would, but he was playing over the other way. And I got it. I took the ground ball. I dove and took the ground ball. And then nobody was covering second because he was playing near first base. And I didn't think I had the time to throw. So I crawled on the ground and kind of like dove for the bag.
And then umpire. Oh.
Yeah, and got the second out, or got the first out. And then I didn't have
in the same inning, you played like the exact
next play. The umpire was actually in the way, and he jumped over it, so I didn't have much time to react. I dove for it, and then made the throw from my knees to first base because I couldn't get it second.
Mm-hmm. And Sammy, you had I think 2 home runs in that game, but you had technically what we would call a walk off, even though
technically.
Because you walked off to Mercy win.
Yeah, Mercy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And how did you feel that game? You started that game, right?
Yeah, I did the whole game.
Oh yeah, you complete game. Let's go.
Yeah. When Gavin did those awesome 2 plays, literally they were hits me and I had to dodge them. I didn't like it.
We're glad that you didn't get in the way, because if that ball would have bounced off of you, that would not have been good.
No.
So right after our second game on day 3, we rushed to change, and the team and parents met up in the National Baseball Hall of Fame. That was the most amazing experience I've ever been in. And that movie that we watched, that 14-minute movie about like everyone who's been in the Hall of Fame and the journey from the oldies to nowadays, that was incredible. What did you guys think of the Hall of Fame?
You got it, Sammy.
I
You
started.
go first. No, Sammy, you go first. Gavin's gone a lot.
Yeah, true. it was awesome. I loved the movie, especially, honestly. Like, what about the the play that Willie Hayes made, like running back?
Willie Mays.
Yeah, Willie
Oh,
Hayes.
over the shoulder catch.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Like,
He's running this
See the
way.
football.
Yeah, he had to track the ball very well to make that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Gavin, what about you? What was your experience and favorite part of the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, we got there. They told us all our rules. I was kind of scared because I was like, I can't follow all these rules. These are too many rules for me. And then we got there, kind of didn't follow the rules. We went around. It was pretty cool. I got to see all the jerseys and stuff. We watched the movie. That was a pretty good movie. And then we left, or we got to see like the Hall of Fame people who've all been in the Hall of Fame. What's it called?
The plaques, yeah, plaques.
Yeah, the plaques of all the people. Got to see like Babe Ruth and other people like that.
Do you remember what your favorite part was?
It was either between seeing like all y'all, like just hanging out there with y'all, and then the movie. I like the movie because I about fell asleep like twice because I was tired.
I think my favorite part was the movie and maybe seeing the thing from all the teams. Like, you know, how like this team, something was in the Hall of Fame, like a bat or shoes or a jersey or I don't know what else, bat, shoes, jersey.
About the Braves World Series stuff, like all this.
Oh, also all the rings, every single ring was in the Hall of Fame. And I loved how it went from the tiniest rings ever to
But they weren't even rings. They were like little
they were like
their watches and like
yeah.
necklaces. I don't think there's any
Like
necklaces.
that, I'm gonna connect from my phone.
It was like pins.
If you go there, there are so many restaurants and souvenir stores in Cooperstown. I just said everything's baseball related. There's no regular old McDonald's or anything. But everything's baseball related. The museum, the escape room, every store you can get like baseballism. It's so incredible. And day 4, we had our last 2 pool play games, which sadly we lost both of them. But I think those 2 we maybe could have won both of them. But I think they were great games on our part. What do you think about it, Gavin?
I think we could have had some better hitting. Our hitting both of those games weren't there, but our defense was pretty good. We had some good pitchers in, but they hit us. They hit off of us a lot.
They hit really well against us.
Yep.
I think so. Both games. And day 5 was the final game of the final day.
Yeah.
The bracket play.
Cool.
So this means that based on how a team did during their pool play, they got a seeded for a win and move on single elimination tournament. We got a morning bye and played our first game at 2 or 2:30 against Alabama, right?
Yep.
So that game was also a great game. We won that game. What did you think about that game, Gavin?
I thought it was pretty cool. We won, of course. I can't even remember. We had so many games; it's hard to tell them apart. But that was the game where, that was the game where we changed. I remember now. I had like a swinging bunt. That was pretty cool. I hit it down the line. It was like a swinging bunt. I can't remember anything else. So.
What was I gonna say? Noe started off great, and then Sammy came in. All right, Sammy came in. No, Grayson Boron came in. Grayson Boron did. And then it was just lights out from there. We had an incredible game. We had a 14-run inning. That was incredible. And 2 grand slams by Grayson Boron in the same inning, and it was just over from there. Gavin, you got anything to say?
Yeah, I kind of forgot about that. That just brought back some memories of the great inning. We had the best inning I think we've ever had in all like Spike 9 like history, like of all Spike 9, I think. We scored like a bunch. We were down and then we came back to win the game like 14-5, right? We scored
we were down, I think 5-1.
Yeah, and
5-2.
And we scored like 12 or 13 runs that inning,
Mm-hmm.
and it really got us back alive to the game. And then we
16-6 was the
shut 'em
final
out.
score.
Then after that inning, we shut them out.
16-6 was the final score.
Yeah.
After that great win, we lost our second bracket game, and our tournament was sadly over. We really didn't have any more pitching, although you didn't get to pitch, right, Gavin?
Nope.
No, I think they could have used you.
Hurt your arm. Didn't you hurt your arm that game? They
Yeah.
had you out.
No, it was the game 5 where I started the game.
Oh,
And
but like
on-
you had to
on
get
the
took
fourth
out
game.
of that game, the last game.
Yeah. So my speaking of that, my arm is still sore from all the pitching. Okay, then we moved out of our our barracks, and then the next day was day 6, which is closing ceremonies and the final bracket games, fireworks, and then the championship game. But neither of us went to that. You went to Fenway Park, right?
Yeah, I went to Fenway Park. Well, first we went to Boston after those games. We drove to Boston. We got there pretty late. We stayed there in the morning. Then we walked around Boston and everything. Took some like trolley rides, and then the game at night. We got okay seats. They're all right. They were like standing room where you had to stand to watch the game. But Boston came back and won the game. They had a walk up. I'm pretty sure.
What'd you say, Gavin?
Like, where do you want me to start at? What do you not get?
I don't know. Just what was your favorite part about Fenway?
Oh, well, I had to have been just seeing the Green Monster, and it was the oldest stadium. They had over by the Green Monster, they had some like old-fashioned things, old-fashioned like scorekeepers things where they would have to change it from inside, like the green wall,
Mm-hmm.
and they had to like change the score and change the outs and stuff. It was pretty cool.
Did you take the tour there?
No, I didn't.
Well, we took the tour, and also we got to go on the Green Monster. Did you get to go on it up it?
No, I didn't. We just went where we were sitting. We didn't really go anywhere else.
Mm.
But me and Doug went
The
there.
tour the tour showed us everywhere. They had like this little mini museum with a bunch of pictures and moments, and also like this weird garden that they have. And then we went up the Green Monster. We looked down, and then we went to our seats. That was your first time, right?
Yeah, that was my first time. I think that might have been my first time ever going to like a different MLB stadium other than Truist Park.
So let's get into our final questions, our rapid fire questions. Do you have a favorite baseball card?
Well, I think it has to be. I don't really know baseball cards, so I don't have one.
What about one that you don't have? Like your favorite, like something.
Like what?
Like do you have a one that you don't have, like a Mickey Mantle card that like you don't have?
Well, I have a lot of cards that I don't have, but there's one. Well, you say you have like a Brett Phillips one.
I have a signed Brett Phillips card.
Sliding thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to.
I think that's my favorite card, and also it's signed. I finally got it signed.
Yeah, I'd like to see that one. That one sounds cool.
Sammy, you're back. What's your favorite baseball card?
My favorite baseball card is, I have one of Yadier Molina. It's like stars of the MLB.
Oh,
And
nice.
I also have a Chris Bryant and El Mago. Do y'all know who that is?
Mm-hmm.
I probably don't. It's Javier Bryant.
I have this weird question. Would you rather shave your head bald or quit playing baseball?
Bro, shave my head bald.
Shave my head bald.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it's just
You just wear a hat all the time.
It's
I'm
just
wearing a hat.
yeah. You can just wear a hat. You can't tell. Also, I got a haircut.
Yeah, I saw that.
Mm-hmm. What are your plans for the final weeks of summer?
I think it's just going, working in the backyard, playing baseball, like with my dad, working on the tee, throwing. I don't have it.
Sammy?
Yeah, I agree with Gavin. Just playing around in the front, maybe hitting in the pig in the back. Also, my son Houston are coming to visit, so that's gonna be a fun time.
Mhm. Gavin and Sammy, we made it through. Now our listeners know everything they need to know about Cooperstown Dreams Park. I'm really glad you were part of that experience, and thank you for coming on the show. Did you guys have fun today?
Yeah.
Thank you guys so much again. If you want more information on Cooperstown Dreams Park, you can check out the tournament website at cooperstowndreamspark.com. And you can help my show by subscribing to Baseball Podcast Are Fun on Spotify and YouTube, and following at Baseball Podcast Are Fun on Instagram. Join me next time when we speak to the first baseman of the Savannah Bananas Premier Team, Dan Oberst. Until then, I am Grayson Knight, and this was Baseball Podcasts Are Fun. Don't forget to swing for the fences. See ya.